What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And today, guys, I'm going to be doing a review of Wrestletalk magazine from the UK. Bray Wyatt, Gone Too Soon, Memorial Magazine. The wrestling world mourns the loss of Bray Wyatt. We say goodbye to Terry Funk, LA Knight, the next superstar, AEW All Out, Crime in Wrestling, and AJW Dream Slam, and more. CM Punk fired, AEW sets records, and WWE returns confirmed. And I really love this cover of Bray Wyatt and like the stars shining and all the fireflies, and then you see his old gimmick with the lantern. So yeah, let's get into this. You have Wrestle Shop new for 2023, and then the CM Punk timeline. Looks at everything that went right and everything that went so badly wrong with CM Punk's AEW career. Bray Wyatt, wrestling is mourning the death of Bray Wyatt, one of the greatest creative minds in the history of the business. Review of All Out, no Punk, no build, but Oil Davis loves it. Who? Overnight success. Or sensation, I'm sorry, is LA Knight WWE's next megastar. We take a deep dive into what made the character so beloved by fans. Terry Funk, one of the greatest of all time. Dave Bradshaw pays tribute to Terry Funk, who passed away at the age of 79. The Ultimate B Show about Payback, and 20 questions with Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret. So, and then you have CM Punk, Bray Wyatt, and Terry Funk. So let's get into this. And this is from October of 2023. So you have CM Punk fired by AEW. Well, it finally happened. CM Punk finally had too many backstage fights. Too many people in AEW finally made the decision we all knew they had to make. CM Punk was fired. Jack Perry, William Regal. And if you want to pause at any time, you can read. It was reported that Punk is keen on a return to WWE, and that his camp was working on a potential return at the Royal Rumble of 2023, with a goal of facing Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 39. He'll win next year's Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And then you also have Terry Funk. If you want to pause it and read it. Here, I'll do this kind of. The wrestling world was devastated on August 23rd by the news that wrestling legend Terry Funk had passed away at the age of 79. The news was broken by Ric Flair on Twitter, who wrote, "In my entire life, I've never met a man who worked so hard. Terry Funk was a great wrestler, entertainer, and unbelievably fearless, and a great friend. Rest in peace, my friend Terry Funk, knowing that no one will ever be replaced in the world of professional wrestling." So if you guys want to read that, go ahead. And then, guys, if we all shed a tear, it's okay. Because this is why we're here. Bray Wyatt passing away. Just as the wrestling world was wreathing from the death of Terry Funk, another heartbreaking piece of news broke with Triple H announcing that former WWE champion Bray Wyatt's real name, Wyndham Rotunda, had passed away suddenly at the age of 36. Fans and colleagues were devastated by the news, and many quickly took to social media to express their heartbreaking and paid tribute to one of the wrestling world's greatest minds. Dwayne Johnson wrote, "I am heartbroken over the news of Bray Wyatt's passing. Always had tremendous respect and love for him and the Rotunda family. Loved his presence, promos, and in-ring work in connection with the WWE Universe. Very unique, cool, and rare character, which is hard to create in this own crazy world of professional wrestling. Still processing the losing the GOAT, Terry Funk, yesterday, and now Bray today. My love, light, strength, and mana to the Rotunda family and Funk family during this tough, heartbreaking time. Dozens of names of the wrestling paid emotional tributes and product a tribute video for Wyatt. AEW President Tony Khan announced anyone wanting to attend Wyatt's funeral to miss the following AEW tapings. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful shared on Wyatt's cause of death due to an ongoing social media speculation. According to the Rotunda family, Bray Wyatt passed away following a heart attack. He had been dealing with a heart issue after contracting COVID-19. And then we talk about the All Out stuff. So you can pause it to read that if you guys want. And guys, I'm sorry about this glare. Yeah. So now we go on to the next page. And if you guys want to read this, you can go ahead as well. But I'm going to be flipping to, well, let's read CM Punk and AEW. The rumors, 7 years went by from CM Punk's last appearance in the WWE ring with no sign of straight edge savior in the world. And guys, you can just read this if you guys want. I'm not gonna read it all to you, but it is just good to read some of it. Then you go into May. Yeah, it's funny that says the short timeline of CM Punk. Then you go on the next one, August or June. So June. Going to August here. When Punk opened up the main card for All In, there were 2 matches on the 0 Hour show. One was Jack Perry defending the FTW title against Hook. Perry made his entrance in a limousine, which was later used in a spot during the match. When he slammed Hook on the windshield, Perry would look into the camera and exclaim, "Real glass, go cry me a river." And then you can read about his firing. You guys want. And guys, you can pause, and then you have this little symbol here if you guys want to pause it, go right ahead. But here is why we're making this video about 4 pages worth of Bray Wyatt here. Gone too soon. The wrestling world was shaken to its core when the news of Wyndham Rotunda passing broke. Such a profound outpour of energy and grief and shock. Sorry, guys, this is hard to remove her. Had been seen since 2005 when the legendary Eddie Guerrero died in a similar fashion. For 13 years, the most incarnation of Wyndham Rotunda has kept our eyes glued to our screens, and there have been nothing to the... Holy shit. Sorry. This is hard. But guys, you guys can read it if you guys want to. I'm not gonna do anything. I'll read some stuff. But Backwood beginnings. Born on May 23rd, 1987, Wyndham Rotunda was arguably destined for the wrestling greatness. He was the son of Mike Rotunda, better known as Ivan R. Shyster, and the grandson of wrestling legend Blackjack Mulligan. Growing up in Florida, it took 15 minutes to get to a gas station, and the road was tough, but he never graded, and it rained every day in the summer. I hope you guys can read this. Over the next few years, Stephanie gave birth to 2 more children, a son named Taylor, a future Bo Dallas, and a daughter named Mika, thus completing their family. And yeah, and Mika was never talked about in the world of professional wrestling and on Raw, SmackDown, NXT at all. So that was kind of weird. To no one's surprise, both Wyndham and Taylor were elderly. The two boys played American football, and Wyndham also succeeded as an amateur wrestler, winning the state title at 125 pounds. Yeah, so you can read that part. I just love this shot of Bray Wyatt's t-shirt. An unused golden ticket. Wyndham Rotunda signed a WWE developed contract in 2009 along with his brother Taylor. Many might assume that their impressive wrestling lineages, combined with the fact that their father was working as a road agent for the company, might have given them an unfair advantage. However, that wasn't the case. If anyone coming from such wrestling family, yeah. So you guys can read that as well. Then it goes into the Husky Harris years. He was eliminated, and Cody Rhodes was his prodigy, or his pro, in NXT. He appeared at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and Michael McGillicuddy would interfere in a match between Cena and Wade Barrett, costing Cena the match. It was later revealed that because they wanted the opportunity to join Barrett's faction, the Nexus, Barrett declined their admission, and the two men spent the next few weeks desecrating, trying to prove themselves and worthiness. They would eventually allow to join. Was a heel faction. CM Punk took over the group. You guys all know that. He worked as Husky Harris in FCW. However, laying the foundation for who he would become and allowed to say goodbye to Husky Harris character forever. And then you have Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, or Brody Lee and Eric Rowan. And then he's got the whole world in his hands. In 2012, the internet was abuzz with the news that the former Husky Harris character had appeared on a Raw house show, debuting a new character named Bray Wyatt. Was quite obvious that Wyndham's Baby, a mix of his love for horror movies and his backwater upbringing, the Bray character was heavily infused by his childhood by Brooksville and the crazy people who dwelled there. Wyndham chose to name Bray after one of his childhood friends who went through a windshield and didn't have a full feeling in his face, and he was nuts, but in a good way. Before Wyatt began to appear on NXT TV, and then he formed the Wyatt family, inducting Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, and christening them as his sons. It wasn't long before the Wyatt family were polished enough for the main roster to embark on Raw. And then you can read what they did on Raw if you guys want. Bray Wyatt was a cult leader from welcoming grain to the Shakespeare-like delivering of lines. Bray Wyatt was more of a Charles Manson than a dead man. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan Deadeye approval of Wyatt only added more to his image as a dangerous cult leader. Yeah, dude, this is hard to read, but there's not enough time in a YouTube video to go through all of it, so. But you guys can read it all if you guys want. This is already 20 minutes. So it goes through the Wyatt family 2012 to 2017 period. The lines of Daniel Bryan, John Cena being the monster. You have a picture of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy from 2018 when they won the Raw Tag Team titles. You have Cena and Bray Wyatt from the Firefly Funhouse match in 2020. Yeah, you guys can read all that if you guys can see it. So if you guys want to pause it, and they talk about his WWE title run. Losing it to Randy Orton. Which I think was a very a mistake. Was a very terrible mistake. And then they talk about the Firefly Funhouse. And just his end of his career, sadly. At first glance, it mirrored childhood shows like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Pee-wee's Funhouse, with the bright colors and playful decorations. The darker side of the Fiend and all that. Yeah, this is a great magazine. And then they talk about the Firefly Funhouse match. Delivered in mega commentary, key moments of Cena's past and confronting the choices and paths he's taken. After the match, Bray Wyatt continued having a feud with Randy Orton, which culminated in the Inferno match at TLC, and then he got fired. The wrestling world was shocked on July 31st, 2021, when he got fired. And then he got re-signed in 2022 at Raw 30. And then in the wake of him contracting COVID, sadly, we wouldn't see Wyndham Rotunda or any of his incarnations in the ring ever again. Breaking the mold, and then you have Alexa Bliss. And then you can just read this. He was a father of 4. He was fiance to a former WWE announcer, Jojo Offerman. He was a son, a brother, and a friend. The world was shocked and sadness of those on the WWE roster shortly after news broke. Alexa Bliss tweeted, "I'm just in shock, extremely heartbroken. Lost for words. What can I say? He was an amazing human being," and all of that. And Wyndham's storytelling was unpropelled as we reflect on his legacy, and we remember him for the power of the unknown. So, guys, if you guys want to read this, go ahead. Sorry. But yeah, let's, but then we talk about All Out. You guys can just skim it. I'm not going to, but we talk about All Out. Ricky Starks versus Bryan Danielson. Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. And then we talk about the overnight sensation of LA Knight. Yeah. You guys can pause it and read it if you guys want. Making an impact. LA Takeover. Talking about his NXT run. But yes, I mainly made this video for the Bray Wyatt stuff as well. I think he talked about it in here. No, he actually didn't. Let's see. No, he actually didn't. That's weird. And then Terry Funk. You guys can read it again. And fighting Flair. Then we talk about Payback and all that. You have Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, LA Knight versus The Miz. Rey Mysterio versus Theory, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Damian Finn. And then winning the tag team titles, Shinsuke and Seth. Then 20 questions with Ryan Zane here. In 30 seconds or less, what is Wrestling with Regret and why? Then you guys can just read his answers if you guys want. You guys can pause it. On top of my head, which one is better? Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I go back and forth between WrestleMania 25 and 26. 2 words, not good. I was trained by Buddy Rose and Colonel in my college days and all that. Brian Zane, you are the GOAT for doing this. I wish I could get interviewed for a magazine one day, but what is the worst thing and best thing about WWE today? I think the worst thing about wrestling right now is Vince McMahon is still in charge, but the best thing, we are at a point where wrestlers from the indies who previously might have not got a shot are getting a shot. Brian Zane went to WrestleMania 19 in Seattle. Maybe night 1 in LA this year was fantastic too. Let's see what he says about this. Brock Lesnar, I think, was fine. I guess the other scenario would have been Randy Orton at WrestleMania 21, but it wouldn't. Going to him, thanks. Would have been Brock. Make the most sense. I don't think it would need anyone young and new, because what happened if a person didn't pan out would have been the next. Imagine CM Punk beating Taker at WrestleMania 29 within a year. He was gone, and that would have had that moment for nothing. So I think it would be Lesnar that made more sense. Sorry. People don't like it, but it was kind of Drilly feeling included because Brock was going to be the guy, and then he was gone, but because he came back, Shawn Michaels and Triple H could have done it. And then, yeah. So you have 20 questions with Brian Zane. And then him interviewing Saraya, and then you have Kane there. He wants Cody Rhodes to beat Roman for the title here as well. So you guys can read that. Then if you guys want to make a YouTube channel, here's how. The advice from Brian Zane himself. Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, and Dustin Rhodes. Early Kane as well to be on his Mount Rushmore, but you guys can pause it. See it. So, and then you have Wrestling Unmasked. So, guys, that is the magazine classic moments of the year. The Raw Bowl. Then you guys can read that as well if you guys want. And then Wrestling Heaven, Wrestling Hell. So guys, I think this is a great magazine to have because it does have about Terry Funk and about All Out, LA Knight, the firing of CM Punk and the timeline. And I got this off Wrestling Shop UK. My grandma got it for me there, and it only cost about about $4. So, and I think this is beautifully put together for Bray Wyatt. Backwood beginning, an unused golden ticket, the Husky Harris years. He's got the whole world in his hands with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Remembering Wyndham Rotunda, the Firefly Funhouse and beyond, Hardy and Bray, and then Cena and Wyatt right there at the Firefly Funhouse. You have Alexa Bliss, and just amazing stuff here. So, right there. You have CM Punk, Wyatt, and Terry Funk right there. So guys, if you guys want to go get this, please go get it. You can get it at Wrestling Shop UK. Gone way too soon. Bray Wyatt, the wrestling world mourns the death and the loss of Bray Wyatt. So guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings. Please let me know in the comments section down below. Do you enjoy this magazine? Will you get it from Wrestling Shop UK? And please hit that subscribe button right here. So guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know, and I'm out. Peace.